Sponsored by Kawea Health. Kawea Health. More than medicine. Life.
Don't you hate it when you're
let's go play.
When you're at work and you got your axe to grind, you're trying to get things done, and then your coworkers start getting all rambunctious?
They dropped like this morning.
Somebody wants to show you something on the phone. Somebody else wants to show you a meme.
Come on, man.
Somebody
What are you doing?
wants to know what you're doing this weekend.
Here you go. Oh,
What?
see, they come from everywhere.
So
What
I
are we
usually
gonna
just
start?
start typing louder on the keyboard to drop a hint, but other times you just want to yell, "Hey, can't you see I'm working here?"
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't get them.
By the way, that might get you sent to HR. It's not, yeah. But there is one guy who can take care of those pesky coworkers with just one look, and that would be our guy, Aaron Judge. And he had to check his coworkers last night. It happened during his second home run. This here is the first one there. Solo shot to right there. That's his 9th homer of the year. Yeah, no doubts there. But it was just before this home run in the 8th. Now, it happened quick, but just before he cranked this one out, looked over at his dugout, and the Blue Jays thought he was cheating, but really, he was trying to tell his coworkers, "Can't you see I'm working here?" Yanks won 7-4. But hey, Judgy, what was that all about?
Yeah, it was kind of a lot of chirping from our dugout, which I really didn't like in the situation where it's a 6-0 game, and I know Booney got tossed. Like, I was trying to save Booney by calling timeout. Like, hey, hold up here. Like, let me work here. So I was kind of trying to see who was chirping in the dugout. So it's 6-0. Like, Booney got tossed. Let's go to work now.
And there you have it, chirping coworkers. Our guy keeping as cool as usual, unlike some morning sports report guy, you know, right? Hey, our other guy, Josh Allen, was in Toronto for that game last night. The Fireball native shooting fire to the bleachers during batting practice before that Blue Jays-Yankees game. You know, if he wanted to, he'd make a solid outfielder. First base, maybe. Got the size. You know, something we don't say much these days. Did you see that A's game last night? Probably not. So here's what you missed. 8th inning, A's down 5-1. Grounder goes to Ryan Noda. He fumbles the ball. Oh, recovers it through the legs for the out. Repito, por favor. Look at this. Couldn't even see where he was throwing it. Nice concentration. Nice play. Not so nice. Losing. Yep, A's lose again, this time to the Diamondbacks, 5-2. By the way, the A's moving to Vegas is closer to becoming a reality. The team has now reached an agreement on a potential new stadium site on the Vegas Strip. Be on the Tropicana Hotel property. They're looking at a 30,000-seater. Project could cost about $1.5 billion. And the A's are trying to get $400 million of that in public support, a vote for which could happen this week. Hey, check out the end of Dodgers-Twins. Tied at 8 in the 12th, winning run on second with 1 out. Twins walk Freddie Freeman on purpose. And then an intentional walk to Max Muncy to load the bases. And then full count to Jorge Lopez and an unintentional walk to bring in the winning run. And ladies and gentlemen, that would be a walk-off walk. Hey, Dodgers will take it. LA wins 9-8 in 12. Giants, Phillies, Michael Conforto hit that one hard. Yeah, like H-A-W-D, hard. 3-run shot, his 8th of the year. 9th inning, Bryson Stott lines one, and that right there is a felony. Yep, J.D. Davis robs Bryson Stott. Look up reflex in the dictionary, and you'll see that. Giants hang on to beat the Phillies 6-3. Okay, apologies for the lack of NHL coverage, but here's Game 7 of Dallas and Seattle. Roop Hintz making it look easy, skating circles around Seattle in the second. Plays like that win you big games, and Dallas cracks the crack in 2-1 to advance to the NHL Western Conference Finals, and those conference finals start Thursday and Friday. Now, check out the teams in these title games. Florida versus Carolina in the East. Home cities are Miami and Charlotte, by the way. Dallas and Vegas in the West. Now, hockey is traditionally a northern sport, and all these teams are geographically located in the bottom half of the United States, with Las Vegas being the northernmost team left in the NHL playoffs. Yeah, Canadians probably not sleeping well considering that. In fact, they may be sleeping like former NHL coach Tom McVie after a bad loss. McVie said, "I slept like a baby. Every 2 hours I woke up and cried." All right, great day. We'll be right back. It's nap time.
This portion of the news is sponsored by HR